If you're in the market for a new home, it's important to understand the changing landscape of the housing market. In the past few years, prices have shot up and inventory levels have dwindled, giving sellers the upper hand in negotiations. If you were trying to purchase a home in the past few years, then you truly understand how challenging it was to get your offer accepted on a home. But this year, the market is starting to shift in favor of buyers. With prices rising at a slower rate and more homes coming onto the market, buyers are regaining some of their negotiating power. Hi, I'm Latoya Lattimore, broker and co-team owner of the Lattimore Group. We help property owners and soon-to-be property owners with real estate so that they can build wealth through real estate without making costly mistakes. Just in the past year, our team has helped more than 100 people, just like you, with successfully buying, investing, and selling properties right here in South Carolina. I am here with your latest episode of Are We Home Yet? Here's what you need to know about the current state of the housing market and how to negotiate the best deal possible on your next home. I will cover a few major points with you today to help you understand how to win in today's housing market. First, let me share that I am more than happy to confidently state that contingencies have finally returned to contracts. Contingencies are protection clauses we place in contracts to protect you from losing any of your earnest money deposit and other pertinent financials. In the event certain terms of your contract are not being met, one of the biggest changes buyers are seeing in the housing market right now is the return of contingencies. In a hot market, many sellers are unwilling to accept an offer with contingencies, such as home inspection, financing, or appraisal. Can you imagine putting all of your deposit money at risk on a home that appears to be structurally sound, only to learn that you are now inheriting thousands of dollars worth of repairs? Or better yet, can you imagine having to pay an additional $15,000 at closing because the home of your dreams did not appraise for what you agreed to pay for it? Yes, these are just a few of the common scenarios that played out during our record-breaking hot sellers market. But as the market cools, sellers are becoming more open to offers that have contingencies in place so that you're protected. The latest data is available from the National Association of Realtors, also known as NAR. You've undoubtedly heard numerous tales of home buyers giving up their inspection and appraisal contingency in recent years, increasing the closing costs for many home buyers. This trend is now on the decline. In NAR's most recent study, it was shown that 95% of sellers reported buyers requested a home inspection. Also, it was reported that 67% of sellers negotiated with buyers on repairs as a result of the inspection findings. These are huge gains for new home buyers that have less cash to bring to the closing table. Currently, buyers are more financially capable of including an inspection contingency in their offers and negotiations as necessary, based on the outcome of the inspection. The second point I will cover with you is that sellers are more willing to help you with your closing costs. If you have watched any of our previous videos, then you know exactly what types of costs you have to plan for when you're purchasing a home. You can refer to the video description on where to find that particular video. Now, in the past few years, sellers have been reluctant to help you with buyers' closing costs. But as the market has shifted in favor of buyers, sellers are becoming more open to negotiating on this front. Closing costs are generally between 2 and 5% of the property's purchase price. I want you to keep in mind that a down payment is a separate cost to you, the buyer, and can be anywhere from 0 to 20%. Typical is 3.5% for FHA loans. Before the pandemic, it was common for sellers to agree to pay some of the buyer's closing costs as an incentive. This did not happen as frequently during the past 2 years when buyers were fiercely competing for properties. According to the latest data from Realtor.com, there is evidence that purchasers have more room to negotiate. Realtor.com reveals that 92% of all recent sellers accepted some buyer-friendly terms. This is very close to 100%. Those terms included 41% of sellers accepted some contingencies in the contract: appraisal, home inspection, home sale, financing, etc. Also, 32% of sellers dropped the price because the home didn't need appraisal. 32% of sellers paid for some or all of the buyer's closing costs. 30% had to be flexible on the ideal timeline for closing. 29% paid for repairs to the home after the appraisal. And lastly, 28% of sellers were not able to rent the home back after closing, despite asking to do so. These were all common negotiations that buyers had to give up in our highly competitive market. These are all signs that sellers are becoming more willing to negotiate on terms as the market shifts in favor of buyers. Keep in mind that your lender may impose restrictions on closing cost credits, which might differ by state and loan type. Be sure to talk with your loan advisor to see how much of the closing costs a seller is able to contribute in order to help save you some money. The final thing I want to share with you is recent activity that we are seeing in the Columbia Northeast and Lexington areas of the Columbia Multiple Listing Service right here in South Carolina. Just in the past week, close to 300 single-family homes in the Columbia Northeast area have either just entered the market as a new listing, reduced their sales price, or re-entered the market after falling out of contract. This is just in the past 7 days alone. In the Lexington area, there was just over 100 properties falling into this same status. This is definitely an indicator of the market normalizing and the hot seller edge is now cooling down. If you are someone who is looking to buy and sell, this does not necessarily mean that you will lose money on the sale of your home. It just means that you need to price your home in alignment with comparable sales. The condition of your home needs to be desirable, and marketing needs to be extremely strong. All of these three factors will play a significant role in receiving a desired outcome. If you're a buyer, this is a great time to get out and start viewing homes to purchase. Experts still project that home values will continue to increase, but at a normal rate. Here's the bottom line. If you are considering buying a home in the near future, it's important to understand the current state of the housing market. Prices are still rising, but at a slower rate than in recent years. And more homes are coming onto the market, giving buyers more options and negotiating power. I hope this information has been helpful for you today, and we look forward to you tuning in again for the Are We Home Yet episodes. If you would like to speak with an expert about your next steps to purchasing your new home, or want to talk through some of the market concerns that you may have, let's get together. Let's talk about it. We can get together for a free consultation. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos. You can also read the description for more resources. At the Loudmore Group, we are here to help you. We are here to serve, and more importantly, we are here to help you build wealth through real estate. So give us a call. Bye-bye for now.